Hey guys, welcome back to the Next Level Official Podcast for another round of the weekly dose or the Tress. There's three of us. We got Palo and New Face in the background. What you up to? Let's go now.
Nothing much, man.
How you doing? Oh,
Bunch of intros.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
It's a
It's
new
like our 10th
month.
intro.
Yeah, it's our 10th intro. You guys don't know.
Don't know
You
yet.
guys don't know the trouble we've been going through just to get this shit right for you guys.
For you.
It's been doing good, man. It's been doing really good.
Listeners.
For all 20 subscribers.
I know.
It's been climbing. It's been climbing.
It's been climbing, getting there.
You know,
It's a new month.
I have a following. You know, they're coming around.
Yeah, those Trekkies don't know how to hit subscribe. Is that what you're saying?
You know,
They have a phaser in one hand and they're like, yeah.
Phaser it up, guys. It's gonna stun.
Stun him, guys.
I wish I had a phaser right now.
Let's throw it down on the holodeck. It's a party. We ain't gonna stop
Oh, my God.
till the next millennia. Oh, man. It's October, fall. It's getting a little
Finally.
cool here in Texas, which is really weird for this time.
Yeah.
Usually,
It feels great, though, man. That morning cup of coffee always hits right, though. I tell you. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty sad when we call cool is 80-something degrees.
For those that don't live in the South, around Texas and this great area, yes, 80 degrees is cool for
We're
us.
freezing. We're freezing.
I'm outside in my sweats, just enjoying it. So
No, it is really nice, man.
with the new month, we got new releases, new items coming out to be excited about. So specifically with this month, first one out the bat is going to be Crash Bandicoot 4. It's going to be jumping on Xbox and PlayStation October 1st. So they just passed us. Next big one is going to be Rogue. I wanted to say Rogue, but it's Star Wars Squadrons. Who's excited for that bad boy?
I mean, obviously not Bello. Obviously not him.
What if we had labeled it Star Trek Squadrons?
That would be badass.
Would you be excited?
That would be badass.
It'd be like number 2,
Yeah.
phasers. Two ships
I would call Gilbert the Deuce.
standing off on each other, just shooting each other constantly.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a Romulan comes in all cloaked, uncloaked.
You don't even know.
It would be the only,
like you know about all that.
I got a
It would
cheat
be-
sheet right in front of me, man. I'm like reading the
Bullshit.
lines
Cheat
off.
sheet.
Just reading the lines off right now, trying to figure out what's going on.
it would be the only online multiplayer game that never starts a game.
I would love it.
He's like, I've been in this lobby
for
for days. Great.
and I just have one guy that keeps joining and dropping, joining and dropping, and it's me on the other side going.
So there's transitioning about it. There's been some good news and bad news around this. It looks like there's two camps around the Star Wars Squadron. Those that love it, love the authenticity of it. But there's also some problems.
Authenticity, yeah.
There's some problems with it. It's been showing on computers right now. It's been straining the hell out of some computers with just running 30 frames per second. So hopefully they get those updates in before the mass wave of people starting to play. I'm going to wait till we get the beautiful EA Pass going
Next month. So finally Speedy will be playing Squadrons, and then we'll finally get Speedy into playing Destiny next month.
There's not gonna be any Destiny. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, he already downloaded it, bro. He already downloaded it.
No, you're gonna play
it. It just drains. Like I can't fathom grinding.
Gilbert never wants to play Sea of Thieves anymore.
But, everyone just sending messages to each other complaining about what Xur dropped this week. We're like, oh damn, Xur fucked us again. He gave us the same helm from last week.
That's stupid. I mean, if you have everything, what do you expect?
That's true. That's very true. Good point.
It's random rolls that you're looking for. That's it.
I'm looking for a real gameplay. That's what I'm looking for.
Says the guy who plays Fall Guys. Says the guy who plays Fall Guys.
Just saying. Just saying.
So
Fall Guys has better gameplay than Destiny. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, not.
Prove me wrong.
Check it out.
We get past the second level.
So Star Wars Squadron, man, let's talk about that. So that game is being plagued by, this whole 30 frames per second deal. But from a standpoint of Battlefront 2, that release, I think this game it really has more to offer. But I'm kind of curious if they're probably going to release a patch that may address those issues. Because, Speedy, is it just the PC side that's affected? Or is it console as well?
This one is just PC in that aspect of it. It's maxing out some of the CPUs, but there's just like this nostalgia about playing in like these X Fighters and X Wings and all this other stuff and TIE Fighters. I'm explaining these all things for Halo's sake, since he has a hard time watching these movies. But
I've seen all he
watches.
I've seen them.
I found that there's been a lot of rumors. I've played Destiny for years. I'm done.
No, that was directed towards me. I felt that.
That's when it was still Destiny 2.
I felt that. So I think you're right. I think the whole nostalgia of wanting to play in those fighters is a really big deal, for the people, who are into the, Star Wars lore and like that kind of thing. It's cool. Whether or not it's lasting, probably not. I'm a Star Wars fan, and I can already tell you that this would be a game to play and finish, but this isn't one of those games where I feel you'd be playing long term, especially in the multiplayer realm. Flying around in an X-Wing fighter is cool and fun for like the first couple of days, but afterwards it wears off, and it does. And that's coming from a person I've gotten the deluxe editions of Battlefront 1 and 2, and it wears off. I mean, it's fun to see it all. It's fun to have those things at your disposal, video game wise, but it loses its fun after a while.
It's going to look good. And right now they're saying, like, some of the reviews you heard, the 5v5 stuff is pretty fun. It's pretty fast paced. And then you have like these huge fleet battles, which I've heard have been a little bit difficult. So, if you kind of equate that to your first person kind of shooters, those are like the big maps, trying to take
your big team battles, your BTBs.
And they found that it's really difficult. Like, everyone wants to be a sniper, like that kind of deal. Everyone wants to be the sexy play. No one wants to be the slow ass bomber going in and taking care of what needs to be done. It's
why you need a squad.
I want to play it. I want to see what it's like, and we'll kind of review it after that point when it's free to play.
And that'd be definitely cool. So, talk to us. What do you got?
And also within this next month, new games for free from Game with Gold or Gold with Games. You got Slayer Camp and Sphinx being your first release for this half of this month, and then I don't even know what the hell is like Made of Scare Costume Quest. Neither of which I've heard anything about. Neither of which I'm going to download.
This is typical of Xbox's release. I feel like all of their Game Pass. Yeah, their Game Pass games have always, honestly, they have not had a lot of lust factor. It's just not anything to really go after, nothing really tangible, as opposed to PlayStation's giving away like AAA titles, games that are current.
But are they giving as many games? Like, is it a quantity to quality kind of thing?
I'm thinking quality in general, because here's the thing. Just last month, let's put it, they gave you PUBG and they gave you Street Fighter. Now, Street Fighter is still a big current game. PUBG is also a still current game that you can buy for $30 if you wanted to right now, right? Mm-hmm. Why is Xbox giving Gen 1 games, right? Like, that just tells me that they just don't have a lot to give, right? So they're just reaching and pulling out shit.
Getting everyone off of this tier into the next tier of the subscription, right? Like, all the juicy stuff's in the next tier.
That's a good point.
Like, to your point, like, for this month, PlayStation is, if you got the online, they're giving Need for Speed,
PlayStation Plus,
Payback, and then Vampire are the two. So not necessarily like top of the games. I know we have some people that love Need for Speed, and if you got that time where you just don't have nothing to play, these are some good games to play and get into. Versus, like, I can't remember what Sphinx or Costume Quest.
I'll play the Need for Speed over those other newer games any day.
But
like
but
Forza,
the thing, yeah, I mean, true, very true. That gets repetitive. It gets old fast.
Yeah,
the same laps.
Give me like Burnout, like the old Burnout game, or Need for Speed. I'll do those.
I agree, man. I agree.
And then also kind of in gaming news, and this is probably for a big portion of the community out there, you got Apex Legends is now announcing crossplay for beta this upcoming week. So it's going to be the first time since we heard discussions back in June that they're going to be able to allow PlayStation 4, Xbox players, and PC players all be able to connect with each other since the game was released in 2019. But the big problem that we're also seeing is that if you're one of those guys that have just built up your community, all your costumes and crap on one system, you're not going to have it available if you try to switch to the next one. So there's no cross-save data that's going to come across with your account. So if you're a PlayStation player, you're stuck being a PlayStation player.
Like, why would you have cross-play, but not have cross-save? Like,
that's the big distinction, and that's the whole thing, man. And I think that those are the two things people are going to have to, really look out for is when you start speaking in game terms. Hey, is it cross play capable? Is it cross save capable? Right.
What I want to see.
Go ahead.
What I want to see is that we're going to start, because more and more games are starting to do that. They're starting to do where they're going to be cross play. Give me the option that I can cross play, but without PC players, because I don't need any hackers or cheaters.
And that's the other key. Being able to turn off a certain sex. So, like, if you want to give the big middle finger to Xbox players and don't want to play with them, and you're only going to be playing PC and PlayStation or vice versa, like, you should be able to do that and still be able to maintain these connections if you're going to offer it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like when Destiny was coming out, like being able to cross play across your system, but still be able to bring your account and save, like those things are super important to your community too, because like we're finding that
that's time, a lot of time you put into it.
That is a ton of time, right? And then we want the ability to play where we want to play, right? So if you're at your desk, you want to play on your computer, then play. Like if you're on your couch, you want to play there. If you're on your phone, like Noob and Palo want to do on the toilet, playing with your controller while you have a controller in the restroom, I don't know, but you want to play on your phone and do that.
Special sanitized
go ahead and do
one.
that, right? Like
or
like wherever you are, like once you start seeing a little bit faster capabilities on internet providers, like people shout 5G, but 5G has its ups and downs. There's low band, high band for 5G too. So once all that stuff gets hammered out and you can game wherever you want to game, like you want to be able to save. Like it's useless to have start something on your computer and then try to switch your phone and have to restart all the shit over again.
I totally agree with that, man. I want to say I'm pretty confident in the fact that I think a lot of games that offer cross-play capability give you the option to turn it off. I'm really hoping that's what they do, because like it's like that for Modern Warfare. It's like that for PUBG. So you can go ahead and disable that if you're not comfortable. Here's another thing. Let's just hypothetically say you're not able to disable the cross save, right? And you're playing with PC players. It would be interesting to see the data of winners on what platform after a good solid 3 to 4 months, because I would assume PC players are going to edge out the win. And that would make me feel like hackers, in all honesty, have a big portion. A lot of modders, a lot of people who like to, mod system files, hack, these cheats and shit, because they're just not good enough and they can't fucking keep up. You fucking trolls are who I'm looking at, because I can't stand hackers, bro.
I mean, I think that's what drives me. Like,
hate them.
You have PC, and it can be so beautiful on PC, if you have the right setup for it. Yeah. But like the thing that like always still drives me to console is just the level of not being able to stamp out guys that are cheating. Like you see it in Warzone. Like we were playing Warzone all the time, doing crossplay across, Noob Face was playing, Xbox or on his computer, and I was playing on the computer, and we were having a great time until like you start seeing this flood of cheats coming in, and then people like just running there's no way this dude got like 95 kills in a 200 player match. Like he killed half of everybody. And then you see these guys online, like, as soon as you kill him, you're watching him and he's like shooting people with a handgun on top of a rooftop. Like it's just not fun. And I think that's what turned me off from playing Warzone, is just that they have not been able to really clamp down on that on the PC side. So like,
I agree.
They've done a decent job, but it's still just
Like,
You
dude,
can't get everybody.
you see
I'm
top
actually tempted.
YouTubers playing it, or Twitch streamers playing it, and these guys are good, and they just get mowed down by
Oh,
some dude, and then you start watching it, and you're just like, it's like 1 in 5 matches, 1 in 3 matches. You run into one of these, so like that's that person running into him. You know, like how many times are you getting taken out by some dick that's just can see everyone, see your square while you're running around, like.
Yeah.
And then like you see these videos of dudes like just talking shit like how good they are, and then their screens up and you can see the box for the cheat like enabled in the corner and getting caught out. Like I'm
That's
like
true.
I'm
they're like
honest, like,
shooting
dude,
through a building.
you should be lifetime banned from that shit. Like your IP's logged, like your system,
Well,
your
that's what
account's
you know,
done.
but that's what they changed. I think with them, like you have to get like a separate account, but like you're having to do like what is that, double authentication? So that's
Two-factor authentication.
yeah, so that's stopping them from getting another account. But like
That's true. I agree with you, man. There definitely has to be some heavy measures and there has to be heavy consequences. I think the problem with gaming right now is that we're at a threshold where competitive gaming has already been a big deal, but even as far as your average person who likes to play and chill, you're getting to see, especially with the pandemic, the volume of people has grown exponentially, right? So, in order to maintain all those people, you definitely have to invest in something that's going to keep the playing field level, and if you don't have the proper, anti-cheat, I mean, because it's just not one thing, right, guys? I mean, it's not just one thing
Yeah.
that somebody's going to have. It's a multitude of shit. You're going to need two-factor authentication. You're going to need to know, hey, if I get banned, this shit's VAC banned. Like you're like not coming back unless you buy the game again. And then, then you got, like, there has to be several measures in place, right? Not just one thing.
yeah,
And I think,
and right off the bat too.
yes, exactly. That's a very good point. Right off the bat, I feel is key, because if you have a good game, let's take PUBG. I enjoyed PUBG for a very long time, but it was plagued by hackers to the point to where, dude, it was noticeable. Right? It was noticeable. It was really noticeable. And now, just recently, when I played last night, I noticed that they had merged the account. So, like, your stream account is now streamlined with your PUBG account, which is cool. But I still notice some real shady, questionable kind of shooting, right? So, like I said, there has to be additional measures, and it has to be right off the bat. If you have a good game, you need to invest.
Well, it's for both, right? Because look, the developer wants longevity with their game, right? If they're going to sell,
right.
Like the thing is now is just microtransactions. Let's just be frank. Like, whatever game comes out, if it's going to have a good multiplayer, because that's where everything shifted to, man. I remember like it was always like I remember the first game I ever played that was just full on multiplayer, which was Titanfall. There was like no storyline, no nothing, and then like I was like, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to like this game. I don't want to pay it. Then like, just grinding that game out and having such a good time with it, like all these transactions, and the developer needs to keep you on this to like keep raking in all that cash. And if they don't have a good anti-cheat system, especially for cross-play, like with computers, it makes it really difficult, because on the opposite side, on our side, you got people monetizing this shit too, right?
Yeah.
Like gaming is now big. Like I remember in the day, like when they're like, oh, you can't make a living from gaming unless you're like a tester or something. Like now people are streaming constantly. Every day someone's coming online, your Facebook feeds, your Twitch,
social
online,
media, everything.
Where there's someone on. And so as long as you find someone that, represents you and connects them, like you're going to want to play, but also they're not going to want to see someone that doesn't have like that great skills. So like it's an incentive for them to cheat. Like these guys that get caught all the time, and then they're monetizing it by doing this and then ruining your game experience. So like, that's why, as much as I want cross-play all the time with everything, I also want the ability to turn off computers, because they're like right now the top level of the issue with everything when it comes to that type. And it may not be as rampant, but like in the most popular games, it is like you're gonna find people doing that stuff, and it's just
Rainbow Six, Modern Warfare, PUBG, Fortnite. I mean, they're all plagued by that,
and,
you know.
and then they're
Totally
gonna drop
agreed.
it on YouTube. They're gonna the information gets around faster, and then you're gonna get more people using it and continue to use it. So like they need to clamp down and like just get these bans where like you're done. Like if you're gonna engage in that kind of crap, you're done with the system. And so I'm
I feel you, man.
I'm hoping that that's what it goes to.
Well,
Yeah,
that's why
totally agreed,
Noob,
man.
Noob does it the old school way. He gets that red dot and puts it on his TV.
I sent it to him. Yeah, he needed it. I'm like, here, right there, bro.
These
right
guys
there.
are hacking.
Right
No,
there.
you're slow, bro.
Such a hooker. Gonna fire from the hip.
Ladies and gentlemen, been carrying Bello for 4 months. Okay,
He's got back problems.
I
Massive
got back problems.
Not on
I
Destiny.
got back problems. I
Massive
got back problems.
Not on Destiny.
Noob
Oh
will
my
be
God,
leaving us
not on
next
that.
week. He's gonna have to have back surgery to fuse half his spine
What?
from the amount of carrying he's been doing.
Are you calling me fat?
Called voluptuous? So other news that are going to be other news that's going to be releasing on that's in the fun voluptuous size. Fall Guys, I know Noob's favorite, along with my 10-year-old's favorite game.
Yeah.
It's going to be hitting
Totally,
season
I'm all
2.
about Fall Guys.
Hey, dude, you're knocking it, but it's the most downloaded game on PlayStation, dude.
Because
Oh, I
nobody
have
has
it
anything
downloaded.
else to play. That's why. There's nothing else.
Oh,
Hey,
it's-
let me tell you this. Let me
Xbox
tell you
gonna
this.
hit, PlayStation's gonna hit. Their games gonna come, and then it's gonna be gone.
It's
When there's
fun.
hackers on Fall Guys is just going to be another game.
There is hackers on Fall Guys.
there is hackers on it. So
Oh my God.
season 2 is
Seen
going to be arriving October 8th. So get out there. It's going to be medieval. So let's get medieval on that ass.
Oh,
Get medieval on
it's
it.
a kid's game, you pervert.
So yeah,
Maybe.
so let's talk about some other news that we got.
Also around the corner too, with the new systems that are coming out. You had GameStop just released that they lost $112 million this last quarter. They ain't looking so good. And as previously we talked, 400 to 500 stores, 400 to 450 stores globally going to be shutting down. So
I can't even remember the last time I went to a freaking game.
well, I mean, really with Coronavest, 2020 right now.
Best.
Fest, yeah.
The festival now.
Yeah, 2020, we haven't gone really much of anywhere. But definitely, they're like, people are saying like really they've seen the writing on the wall when it comes to that, because now you got 2 mainstay next generation systems that are going to really be kicking some ass with digital content only. Like they talked about, Xbox's PlayStation, not Xbox, Xbox's series, not Series X, but the S version of whatever it was. The last
It's people
version.
like you that bought the old Xbox instead of pre-ordering
Yeah,
the new one.
yeah.
Nah, bro, I bought the right one. I just can't remember.
I'm gonna have to take your mic away, sir.
It's not
To
relevant.
take your mic away.
The last one wasn't relevant. They're like, oh, we'll just give you this Xbox and we'll slap an S on the end of it because it's super. It's special.
I'm really happy that they're just launching with the ability for you to choose, as opposed to the way they did the Xbox One, where they ended up releasing a digital version like later, like a couple of years later. So this is good.
Yes.
This is going to be good. But as far as GameStop is concerned, I feel that this is definitely the writing on the wall for them. And I would not be surprised if this is the beginning of the end, or if this is already towards the end, because I really don't know what GameStop could do to save themselves now, because they had such a huge they had a huge opportunity to do so prior, right? If they would have honestly, fairly given people money back for their games and not have done this weird shit, where they just, would just fuck everybody. And
I see.
yeah,
I
it's
see
just so
them,
weird.
I see them getting absorbed by a large company like
Amazon.
Target, or Amazon, Target, Walmart, and them like adding it in their store, because the thing is that for
That's kind of
GameStop-
interesting.
That is
because
an
you think
interesting
about
thought.
like GameStop, like what do they have? Like, there's games, but now we're gonna have games that we can get just digital. But they
But
have,
Yeah,
what would
that's
be-
an interesting
what-
thought.
But what would they, if let's just say,
Oh.
let's just hypothetically say Target absorbed them, then what? For what purpose?
just for them, that's what I mean, like the retro stuff, like all that stuff that they carry.
But they got that from ThinkGeek, right? That's who they bought out.
Right.
I mean, like in reality, like they like the things that they offered us a secondary market. Everything it's a now live, right? You can go to any app on your phone. You can go to Facebook. You can get a secondary market that's going to give you a better price for your stuff, and you can be able to buy something on the cheap too.
Right.
When stuff gets flooded, and then there's also the vice versa, right? Like shit that's limited, it's going to go up, but we've always had that. So with these guys, like. Noob was talking about this with all digital content. Like, one is it's also not as good for consumers too with only digital content because now you can't get rid of that digital content if you didn't like it, right? So let's say I'm going to go out and buy Star Wars, this new Squadrons that's coming out. Maybe I'm going to buy it on the disc because if I play it and I don't like it, I can still get rid of it, right?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things that we're just, it's just because we're used to that. We're used to like, oh, I don't like it. I can't return it, because I already opened it.
I'm gonna let GameStop bang me and just take it back. Yeah.
Well, and that's why I think we've been seeing a lot of these subscriptions, and like I think that's why Microsoft's been killing it on that aspect with the subscription, because like now it's kind of like it's on demand, right? So it's almost like your Netflix, how it was, when you were getting the disc in the mail and GameFly back in the day. Now you can just get that shit just like as long as you got a data cap, don't have a data cap, you got it.
Yeah. They would send Speedy hate mail because he would never return the disc. He would just get a charge. He would just get a charge. They say, "Sir, enjoy the movie you bought."
They're like, "Why don't you just buy it? Why don't you just buy it? Other people want to watch it, sir."
Dude, you know what's so funny? Just throwing this in real quick. I remember with Blockbuster, right? With Blockbuster and all the rental places, when you would keep a movie. And they would charge you. It was like a ridiculous amount, bro. You would get charged like $100 for like a shit movie.
Late, and then you would get charged for the movie at the end too.
Dude, I thought you were gonna say, "Oh man, I didn't rewind the videotape."
That's why,
but it was ridiculous. But the
dad had like fees on his card every single time.
Yeah.
You want to talk to me about busty ladies and why this was?
I don't know what Blockbuster you were going to.
What time?
He was going to those mom and pop ones. The mom and pop video store.
He's like, I'm not going to it unless it's got a beaded curtain room. I just want to go into that bad boy in that area there.
That was
I went in there one time.
Yeah, like, what's this certain curtain?
Yeah, and so Came funny. I went there one time, and I was like, "Sir, can I use that room?" He's like, "No, I got this guy in there right now. He's got this big beard, like Bin Laden." And I was like, "What?
Really?"
And then come to find out, that's
your reference.
I couldn't think of anybody else.
So he's had a big beard.
Bin Laden.
It's 1994, is what you're saying.
Oh, we're gonna get demonetized for that. Oh my god.
Damn.
We can mention Bin Laden, guys.
Bin Laden and beards in 1994.
Editor, take that out.
That would be a good movie. Bin Laden and beards.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so check it out. So let's go back to the whole GameStop. I'm just gonna go back. We're just gonna pretend it didn't happen. but speaking of which, so Steam,
carry on.
If you buy a game on Steam, you have 48 hours to where if you play it and you don't like it, you can get a refund. So speaking of the whole digital content, that would be kind of nice to see them gravitate to that same structure, because I'm saying if they did adopt that policy, that would seriously edge out GameStop.
I mean,
that would help like a person like me that I rarely buy games, and because they're $60, they're expensive. But if I can buy a game and then I'm like, all right, I fucking love this game, I'm gonna keep it.
I think that's what they're doing with subscriptions, man. Like, it's like renting, right? It's essentially you're renting the game. You don't have to go on Apple TV or Amazon and rent that movie for $6. Like you're just playing this game, and then if you want to buy it, you can get it at a reduced price because it's on the subscription. So, if they ever pull it. So I think like Microsoft, though they didn't always come out shooting. They're not going to have all these exclusive games coming out that have drawn people. They fell on their face with Halo, and we don't know when it's going to come out. Sometime next year, 2021, if we ever make it there. they're killing it on this aspect of all these acquisitions. I just hope that it doesn't come back and bite us later on. That like, if you want to play a game, it's either going to be like $70 to play it or get the subscription for $25 a month, kind of deal. So,
I'd buy that
if
for
they
$1.
if they could pitch it and if they can pitch it in just the right way, it'll work. But they just need to not stumble and cost too much or whatever shit.
Yeah,
Because then
I'm not
Bella's
gonna pay
gonna
for
be
it.
like,
they're going
I
to
can't.
stumble.
I can't.
He's like, I'm not doing it. Not
I
doing
can't.
it. No.
No,
Not
I
gonna-
can't.
Where's the
I
dollar
can't.
store clearance?
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do
Don't
it.
do it.
So,
Oh my
Noob, what's
God.
going on? We got some news from Nintendo too. What's going on in their neck of the woods?
Goods.
So yeah, man, Nintendo's awesome. No, I'm just kidding.
The story
They-
you
so-
brought.
So they apparently they won a $2 million lawsuit against a so they're called Team Executor, right? And these
Mhm.
guys have been around for a very, very, very long time. And they pretty much create mods that manipulate, the system files for the Switch, allowing you to play pirated games, right? So I don't know if but
They
there
sell
is
their
such-
stuff. So that's the difference with some other guys that have been out there. That the controversy within that community, that underground community, is that like most of the time it's shareware, right? Like
Yeah,
mod
and
it,
see,
you release
yeah.
it to everyone
And-
else. These guys,
and
are
I think and that's the thing. You're exactly right. And I think that's a
I
big
know I'm
fine
right.
line. But the whole thing is because they're purchasing these items, and it's really I mean, Nintendo did right because these guys are definitely making money off of being able to do that kind of thing. And I believe when it comes to modding, hey man, I'm a fan of the shit. I don't mind it. I can fucking do it. It's cool. But by the same token, that's shareware kind of thing. That's some stuff that, hey, if you know how to do, then you're going to be willing to either, teach somebody. And if they want to take a chance, just like, jailbreaking your iPhone or rooting your Android phone, hey, that's up to you. That's your business. The tools are there. Use them if you want them. No one's forcing you. But when you're beginning to make a profit and you're saying, hey, look, instead of, not knowing what to do, I can create you a tool. You give me $70 and I will send you the tool. That's where you fuck up. Yep. And this is really shitty, man. And this is where people really need to pay attention, because they, people want to claim, hey, it's my system, I can do with what I want. Yeah, but you're looking at A and B. You're not looking at A, B, C, and D as to what it is you're wanting to do, right? You're wanting to play pirated games. So you already have an initiative, a mission, an objective, and that's your end goal. That shit's fucking, that's where you fuck up. And these, it serves them right. And I think this is going to be a big shift in modding.
They not only they got this judgment, who knows if it's really ever going to get paid, right? But they also arrested two of them. They arrested two of them. So
yeah,
they have them in custody for this whole deal. So it's interesting, like with everything digital, like things that have been moving a little bit easier to do some of this stuff. If you got the knowledge, the know-how.
I'll be working for Nintendo in a month.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other aspect of it. Like,
think about it.
They could be, later on be working for them and helping them, put some more safety controls on their system. So,
well, here's the thing. Here's another funny thing. And this is the flip side to it, right? This is why fucking Nintendo has a lot of sales, right? Because people fucking know you can mod the system. So if you got a good system, that's a quality system, and you can mod, that system's going to go through the roof, not because of what it does now, but because of what they want it to do later. So this may hurt Nintendo in a way because sales may stop. I don't see it hurting them to the point where anything crazy is going to happen. But like I said, this is just a big wake-up call for the people who are attempting to make money from modding tools and think that they could just get away with it. I'm sorry, but that's how it works, man.
I think there's like a level of, morality, like how far you're going to go to do some of that stuff. Like, hey, is it like old stuff from like 40 years ago, or is it like yesterday's game that just dropped, And so, I mod controllers, but, that's not doing.
It don't work, but hey, it's no one's counting.
Wow.
No one's
And
counting.
mine worked.
No one's counting.
I did
No one's
yours.
counting.
for a right
yeah,
reason.
yeah. You had my you fucking
Jankied it.
sodded my shit all
He's
inverted.
he's
I was like,
complaining
what the
about a
fuck?
free controller that I put together for him.
No, it's called that you can't use the controller the correct way, and you just suck at playing.
It was working when
Man,
I
I can't
when
find
I
it, bro.
had
It
it.
must be this
I don't know what
controller I got
happened
from
to it.
Katie.
Don't I will pull up your KD right now for
God.
Destiny. Don't make me do it. Don't make me show the world.
Ooh.
Don't be like, has he played the game?
Hey, assault rifle, spray and pray, and that's it.
Fighting word. So what's going on in the movie front to round up this entertainment that we got going on? Nothing.
So
Still
one
Corona.
thing we do have,
Or
and
nothing.
I just saw this today, was the teaser for Capcom's upcoming Monster Hunter movie with Mila Jovovich, which, I mean, hey, I'm not.
I thought it was gonna be like Resident Evil 6 or 7.
You
the
know,
movie.
like if you didn't have Monster Hunter slapped across it, it could have been like a Resident Evil monster. Like
another one.
I mean, here's the thing. Mila Jovovich, she's really good. I've never played the game all the way through, so I can't really tell you. I know it has a big following. I would say I would be interested to see the movie. I'm not expecting big things by any means, but I do feel it'll be entertaining.
Yeah, I'll give it that it'll be entertaining.
will I watch it? Yeah, I'll probably watch it just to see
It won't be a
something.
repetitive movie.
Yeah, it won't be like something I'm buying for, keepers, gonna keep it forever and watch. But I also feel like she's just been kind of typecast into all these kind of weird
Action movies.
It's like action video game movies. Like really, it's just like it.
Well,
Hey, we're making a
it's
Fall
not-
Guys movie. Who are we gonna choose?
It's just like
Mila Jovovich.
they're all gelatinous, globes and
blobs
stuff,
and-
blobs. So let's get her. She can sexify it up. We'll make millions.
You know what
just,
they probably are, and I mean she's damn good. And she, I mean, hey man, we all remember Fifth Element when she jumped off that building, and we're like, whoa. see, you fuckers.
Wasn't she also in that movie going nah?
What the hell
I'ma
kind of
play
movie
it.
are
I'ma
you
play it.
watching?
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna get that clip. It's gonna be
Yeah,
right.
we are.
It's gonna be like stick figures because you can't find it. It
Um,
doesn't exist.
So okay. So since we're talking about movies, and I got a couple of one movie that just dawned on me that I was actually really excited to see is the new Dune. Have you guys seen the trailer for that?
Dune.
Fuck you guys. Okay.
Dune.
Guess
Dune?
fucking not.
Dune.
Dune. D-U-N-E. Dune.
Yeah, we talked about that
doesn't-
previously. Thanks for remembering.
I'm
about
saying
that.
I
Delayed
I
till
didn't say, but I'm
next year.
just saying I'm really excited for it. I think that's
It's
gonna
got a
be really
different feel to it compared to.
I mean,
original.
now, if you guys remember the 80s version, like I found it like a little boring and long. I thought it was good. Don't get me wrong, but fuck, it was long.
I think it was
I
a little
think
bit
this-
before its time. Like it needed
long
graphics.
compared to
Yes.
like 90% of movies that have come out that are like some epic tale of like had to be split into three things constantly.
Marvel. What?
Said no Star Trek movie
I'm-
ever.
They're
I
just
was watching
lucky
Star
they
Trek
got
before I
made.
even got on the podcast, so whatever.
Lucky they got. We know.
We know.
Oh man, God, these guys! I heard them. Hey, we're talking about Star Trek. Hey, I found something that was pretty
Oh, God,
interesting
here we
on
go.
a science blog,
Here we go.
and
we go.
just recently, FDA scientists have started making a clear glass with
It's made
plant.
out of aluminum.
No, not out of aluminum yet. Not out of aluminum yet. Out of plant matter. And basically, they've been able to like this fast-growing plant break apart its fibers, and then bleach it and put some other kind of chemical into it to make it into a clear glass. And it has the strength capabilities more of glass. So it made me think of your clear aluminum in your fancy
It's
Star
like
Trek
the
movie.
lamest thing that you could have brought
Mhm.
up.
Hey,
about
they made a
human-
whole goddamn movie about that. They're like, we got to save this whale.
But
let's
that was,
get
because,
some
that was
aluminum.
aluminum.
And that's
That
as
was
far as I
aluminum.
It's actually not
That's what
aluminum. It's aluminium. Okay, that's the correct way you fucking say it.
Look, bitch.
Bitch, how
man.
tall are you? How tall are you? How tall are you? Please tell me how tall you are. Noob. Please tell me how tall you are.
6'2".
Yeah, let's keep it imperial. Let's not go to that Mexican bullshit. And this side of the country that wins all the wars.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
Let me take you outside. We don't got any of you passed across the ocean. Come on.
Yeah, I know. But at least
We
when
barely got
we
them
do
in the
when we do
continuous
get
United
that one,
States.
when we do get that one and they watch this episode,
They're not gonna watch this episode.
They're not gonna watch
They're not gonna watch it. I'll delete it. They'll be like, "Oop, it's been missing. We don't know what happened to it." Mm-mm.
That's gonna be our first thumbs down.
yeah.
It's not
That guy who said aluminium, fuck that guy.
we need to take him out back. Show him what's up.
He needs to go into the Cobra Kai.
So so it's going to be renewed for a fourth season already.
Yeah, the third season.
And now we know that the third season is going to be January 8th.
Yeah, it's going to drop January 8th.
January 8th, guys. So let's be ready for that.
I'm
Why
gonna
it's
finish
so
it.
I have to rewatch it. I have to rewatch it.
Hey,
I'm going to finish it on January 8th.
That's what I said.
God.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said. I was like, it comes out January 8th. I'm gonna finish it January 8th.
I'm gonna
11:59 p.m.
It will be done. And I will be waiting for season 4 at that point.
Noob and Speedy are gonna have a watch party for the last one.
Oh, definitely. Dude, I should have kept my Cobra Kai outfit for Halloween last year. But
It doesn't fit.
I changed it last minute.
He says from last year he's had it since like 1989.
I don't want to see that, cosplay of Daniel-san.
Right.
Daniel-san is a little B, man. Like I can't stand his character in this. He's always complaining about bullying. He only got bullied for like 3 months, man. Halloween parties when Halloween parties when he's over, and then he kicked his ass, and then he's all complaining about.
What about him getting his ass kicked in? Was it Tokyo or what was that other movie?
What?
He got his ass kicked.
What?
Just saying.
You need to bring something else other than Star Trek, sir.
It wasn't Star Trek. Girl.
But it's going to be dropping soon, hopefully. It will get there and be all excited and then be waiting for the next year. Man.
Yeah. So that's going to be exciting, man. I think everyone's going to be waiting for that. I'm pretty sure Cobra Kai's got some, guys like us, who grew up watching Cobra Kai, Karate Kid, and then for all the new people who are, cool guys.
He's talking about the top guys. Not the one at the bottom.
Am I on the bottom again?
Yes, you're in the bottom again.
I got on early.
You were on top, and then you did your little screen maneuver, and then he dropped down below.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to know what you have to do to get on the top. I'm just going to stay on the bottom.
Oh, you were on there.
You just have to log in, bro. That's all I did.
I did.
All I did.
I wasn't hurting.
All righty, guys. So I think that's oh fuck.
Apparently, Noob has never prepared and must look at a monitor above his station, like 5 feet above.
I was honestly
okay.
Here's the dead truth. I was trying to chat you fuckers, and I couldn't see where my chat went, and I was looking for it, and it was on my fucking monitor up top, and I was like, "Where the fuck is it?" And I look up, and it's like.
You need to look at the camera and look at your subscribers.
I was like, how did you get up there? Come down.
It's obvious we need to end the show with new face now. But before we do, we want to do some well wishes out to Mr. Rick Moranis. Hopefully he gets a speedy recovery from whatever happened. Why are you laughing at him?
Hey, just the way you're saying his name, I don't know. It's just funny, bro. Like, I don't know. I am really. I don't know who the fuck just like runs up to somebody and just hits somebody. I was like, especially Rick Moranis, like, what the fuck did he do? What I mean, like, why? Why would you hit Rick Moranis?
He's a class act, and he had all these great movies. One of my favorite movies, it will always be You know him
Honey, I
with Lord
Shrunk the
Helmet.
Kids.
No, with Lord Helmet, bro. Like Spaceballs, like that whole parody. Like I can watch that movie over and over again. And then Ghostbusters with him. I love
see
them.
your Schwartz is as big as mine.
That's so wrong.
You're like, oh, here you go. Oh, look, it's forward again. Oh,
Yeah. You call this a radar? No, sir. Call it Mr. Coffee. Care for some? Yes. I like to watch.
no.
I like to drink coffee when I watch Radar. Everybody knows that.
he had the Schwartz. It's much better than what I got. Halo, have you not seen this movie?
I've seen it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I've seen it.
Tell me a line. Give me a line
Another
from the movie
strike.
real quick.
Another strike.
Give me a line. Give me a line.
We ain't found shit.
Okay,
I feel like you just looked that up right now.
I think he did.
I think he did. Wow. So yes, definitely speedy recovery for Mr. Moranis, and I think that's it, guys. That's all we got. Bringing you just some juice nuggets, and we're just dropping it.
Juice Nuggets. Talk shit about me. You come out closing a show with Juice Nuggets. Fans.
Listen, that's how we're gonna close all shows. Juice nuggets.
I'm changing the
Nuggets.
outro to Juice Nuggets.
It's juice nugget time, guys. All right,
Oh my
everyone.
God.
You can follow us on our social media at Next Level Official Podcast. # Juice Nuggets.
Juicy Nuggets.
I'm sorry to all of my subscribers that came along this way.
I can't.
That's our show.
That's our
Catch us
show,
again
guys.
next
Enjoy.
week. We got more content coming out.
Come on, guys, hit it, Jesus.